Hey guys, this is Jenny Cards. How are you doing today? So today the topic is you don't have to know everything, just start taking action. So let me ask you a question. Are you currently feeling stuck in a situation where you have goals and big dreams you want to achieve, but you're not really taking action on it? You sort of feel stuck in that student mode, you read book after book, you attend course after course, but you're not really implementing it. And yeah, I actually know exactly where you're coming from, because I have been doing that in a couple of situations during my life so far. And yeah, today I just want to give you a few tips how you can handle that, and I also want to share a real life experience from myself, how that process actually worked for me. So sometimes, we are just feeling too overwhelmed or scared what others think, or we don't have any, like rough part, like a rough direction, a rough path where we want to go to. And by figuring out what you want, so just write down the goal. What is your goal? For example, you want to make 100K a year. And the process is that you can actually reverse engineer that goal and look at how to get to 100K a year. What have people done that earn 100K a year to get there? For example, they have built a big audience, or they have built a blog, they have built a successful Facebook group, or they've built their own courses. And you really need to do some research on what they did to actually get there. Because when you know what people did to get there, then it's much easier to take baby steps. To say, hey, my first step is I want to work on building a big audience. So you do that every day, every single day. You're building your audience, you're building your audience. And when you feel comfortable with doing that, like for example, your goal is every day you want to talk to 10 people. And the first week might be hard, the second week might be a little bit easier, and then after 4 weeks it sort of became a habit. So this makes it much easier to actually, implement that one step. And when you got that down, you can move on to the next thing. Because sometimes we just set all these unrealistic expectations. Some people, they see people making 100K a year, and then they say, yeah, I want that too, but basically I want it in 4 weeks. And that just doesn't work. It's a long-term process. And if you really want that, to achieve that goal, then you really need to be in that for the long run. And you need to be, willing to investigate what they're doing, do your research, do your learning, but not just get stuck in the learning and think, oh, I can't start it because I haven't finished that course yet. That's what I did, for example. Like, I need to know about this before I can talk about that. And I need to do that course first because I'm not entirely sure on that topic. But it just holds you back, because as you go along you will learn on the way. You will learn from things that work, and some things that might not work, but we will also learn from our mistakes. Our mistakes are actually our greatest teachers. So really don't be afraid to start taking action towards your goal. But like I said, do your research first. Find out what you really need to do to get there. Because some people, they also don't know what they need to do. And that's a thing as well. Because they start taking action, but it's completely unrelated to their goal. So what they're doing is basically not working. And then after 2 months they give up because they say, hey, it's not working for me. but they took the entire wrong action basically. So I want to share a little sort of real life experience from myself. Like for me, changing my diet, you know, all these unhealthy eating habits and losing weight has been, you know, a big problem for me. Because I was doing either of two things. I either, you know, followed all these people, all these like fitness trainers, nutritional people, and you know, I was setting unrealistic expectations. So I thought, you know, when I do this diet, I'm gonna look like that, or it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be quick, and that was basically what was holding me back, because I was always, you know, I had the fear to fail, you know, then telling all the people that I'm doing the diet and then I'm losing weight and then I gain it back, and that was just something I didn't want to feel really, you know what I mean? I was just sort of embarrassed, but I still did it, and when I did it, then I set these, you know, unrealistic expectations, where I just jumped right in and I thought I'm gonna change my life entirely in one day. I'm not gonna have any of the unhealthy things anymore that I had for, you know, years and years. I suddenly just change it from one day to another, and I'm gonna, you know, do the exercise on a regular basis without a problem. And I just found that didn't work. So I either procrastinated completely and said, no, I'll be fine, I'm not too bad, you know, I'm not, you know, having like too many issues with my weight and I'll be fine. So this was the one action I took, or the other one was completely unrealistic expectations and wrong, very wrong actions that wasn't, you know, what I wanted to achieve. So basically one day I just had enough and I sat down and said to myself, hey Jenny, what is it that you really want? What is it that you want? And I sat down and I wrote down what I want. And I want to lose weight and have a healthy lifestyle, but I don't want to starve myself, and I don't want to, like I said, lose 15 kilo and then gain 20 back. So I didn't want that yo-yo effect anymore, because I had that a couple of times and it just, like the crash diets, they just didn't work for me. So I needed to figure out my path to establishing a healthy lifestyle that is going to serve me long term, because this is like the main object. I want to be healthy, you know, when I'm older. I want to be around, you know, for my kids, for my grandkids, and being healthy as long as possible. So this is like one of my main objectives, to achieving optimal health for myself, so I can prevent disease and just staying fit long term. So I said to myself, okay, jumping right in, doing the whole thing didn't work in the past. So what I did, I established new habits. What does that mean? So basically, I looked at my goal and I figured out, what does a healthy lifestyle mean to me, or in general, what does it mean? So a healthy lifestyle for me means optimal hydration. So for me that means I need to drink at least 2.5 liters of water a day, basically better 3 liters a day, and you know, no soft drinks and no, you know, sugary drinks, no juice all the time, just water, just plain water, or like unsweetened herbal tea. And this is something I struggled with before. I was like, you know, I drank a lot of coffee, But I know exactly that coffee actually does the reverse. It really dehydrates you when you drink a lot of it. So breaking that habit of having too much coffee and replacing it with water was the big thing for me. So instead of saying, I want to change that water drinking habit, I want to change the habit of not having sweets, I want to change the habit, you know, of eating more vegetables every day. I was, you know, thinking just doing one thing at a time, because I found, for me personally, that works best. So what I did, I just established a plan and said, like the first week, I'm aiming for 1.8 liter water a day. And after that week, after the 7 days, I was quite comfortable with that. So I increased it. The next week, I had 2 liters. So I did that for 2 weeks, because after the first week, I wasn't really, you know, sure that I could increase it without falling back into old habits. So it took me about 4 weeks to finally get to the 3 liters. But I felt comfortable in drinking that then. So really, I really re-engineered that goal. I really looked at what do I need to achieve for a healthy lifestyle, and I took baby steps. I didn't you know, try to achieve everything at once. I think this is a main issue also when you build your business. It's like we want everything at once. We want to know that, we want to know that, we want to, you know, we want to recruit, we want to sell product, we want to, you know, build our email list, we want to build our blog, we want to, you know, market on 10 different platforms. And this is why a lot of people fail, because they're not mastering one thing at the time. Like I said, you don't have to know everything when you start. Just pick one thing that will serve you to get to your goal. So I did that with the water. And when I was comfortable with the water, I decided I'm going to have a go with the vegetables. So I looked at how many vegetables, how many grams I'm usually eating a day, and then I just increased it to like 200 grams a day. And after I was comfortable with that, I increased it, and then I increased it again. And then after, you know, 4 weeks, I created a new habit of eating a lot of vegetables. And it didn't feel like I forced myself to do it, because, you know, with these diets and things, you always feel like, oh, there's things taken away from you. They're taking everything away from you, and that's why you don't want to do it, because you feel like you have to deprive yourself. But when you do it slowly, baby steps, and your body, you let your body getting used to it, then you'll be much more successful in it. I'm gonna look at my notes, because I had notes today. So yeah, and that's really the lesson for today. Before you stay stuck in that analysis paralysis, I hope I said that right, where you just study and you want to know more and you don't feel like you can do it, just do one little step at a time. Even if you're scared, you know, when you do one little step at a time, you become more confident very quickly, rather than going all in and saying, hey, I'm going to do everything at once, and then you fail. What's going to happen with your confidence? It's going to go down, right down. And then you're not going to try again, because you're saying, no, I failed, I can't do it, there's no way I'm going to do that again. So yeah, guys, I hope this was helpful to you, and yeah, just give it a go. Just take one little baby step at a time, and you will achieve your goal. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on social media. Bye.